Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. Thank you so much for those of you who have been subscribers, who have been leaving amazing comments, who've been letting me know, even with readings, letting me know that you are really benefiting from the videos that I'm putting out there and all the channel messages that I've been sharing, all the protection techniques and the healing techniques and the inspirations. They've really been helping you to move forward on your path, help you get your trust back, help you to empower yourselves in your own spaces. This has been absolutely incredible, and I'm so appreciative of just doing this work, following my guidance, doing my mission. And I just always want to make sure that I thank everyone, for everyone who's ever had a reading with me or a spirit extraction with me. Thank you so much for supporting who I am, my unique person, my unique work. I really do love all of you, and I have so much gratitude. There are so many blessings in my life to be thankful for, so thank you so much. I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday weekend. I know I was not here. I was not uploaded. I just, had my family to spend holidays with, and so thank you for understanding that I did not upload. Usually I'm here every Sunday. So if you are new to this channel, I'm Elizabeth. I'm a divine channeler. I am a medium. I'm also a very unique and rare spirit extractor specialist, but I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion as well. So although, I have all of the reading skills, the psychic skills, channeling skills, all those types of skills, as well as being really a remote exorcist, but it's in a much higher capacity than how it's traditionally done. It's done all via my light body, and so many of my abilities that I was able to uncap as I just grew spiritually and worked on myself. So if you want to know more about what services I offer, more about me, more about my story, you can go to theparanormalpriestess.com. I have my bio on there. My services, of course, are on there, and you definitely are welcome to check out some of the testimonials that are on there as well. I just added a few. And I was just looking back at some of the testimonials and wow, it's like, it really, it blew me away. It really blew me away. And even just going back to some of the paranormal clearings that I've done, even in the physical, before I started doing things remotely, after I've, stepped into higher frequencies and higher levels of myself. But even just those stories, it's like, wow, I remember that. And just incredible as to the experiences and, how the families were really helped and how they felt, what their point of view was with everything that was going on. So really incredible, and, so many wonderful testimonials from Twin Flames. But my work is always open to everybody who I'm guided to work with. So anyone who is new to this channel, I want you to know that this is not primarily a twin flame channel where I'm only doing readings and guidance sessions for twin flames. It's not that. I have all of the abilities, but I just happen to be a twin flame as well, and I am guided to also assist twin flames. But if you know somebody, if you're thinking of referring someone who is not a twin and you're wondering, well, does Elizabeth do readings for those who aren't twin flames, work with people who aren't twins? Absolutely. Absolutely. I was reading professionally for non-twins before I came to YouTube, so I'm available to anyone who I'm guided to read for. So I always check for a vibrational match, and meaning that, I check in with my team. I ask if we resonate, if I'm going to be the best reader or the best clearer for the situation, and if not, I'm very honest about that. All my services are offered with integrity. I will definitely not collect a payment if I'm not the best choice for you. I will let you know. I'll let you know if I'm not the best choice. If it is guided, then definitely I'll let you know that you can purchase, and then we can set that up through email. Best way to contact me for an inquiry for any of my services through my contact page. It's definitely better than a phone call. Facebook is probably the worst way to contact me for a reading, honestly. I love getting comments and things like that on Facebook, but if you are inquiring about a service particularly, definitely contacting me on my contact page, and just allow for a few days or so. I do get many inquiries, and I not only read, but I do a lot of the clearing work, and there's been, a lot of the clearing work coming up. So just please be patient with me. I definitely will get back to you, but just allow me some time, because there's only so many hours, and time just goes so fast. As if you have been following this channel, I have mentioned this, and if you haven't caught this, then this should be kind of interesting. But I wanted to throw this in before I do the angel channel messages for May. If you're new to the channel, I do a specific angel channel message for the month. I do it every month, but I'm here every week regardless. But I do once a month, like the overall general messages for the collective. But I promised I was going to talk about this chair here. Because there is a unique story as to this chair, as the spirit chair, we'll call it. One of my subscribers was saying that she loved these rocking chair chats. You know who you are. And, I was just thinking to myself, I was like, wow, it's like the spirit chair. That's what I call this chair. Because honestly, I do all of my work from this chair. This is my chair for it. So I do all my readings, I do all my clearing work, all of that. And I always loved rocking chairs. I always felt cozy in them. It was always my thing. Even when I was a little girl, I always loved to be on the rocking chair. And when I moved from New York to Florida, I got a long story, but I'm going to try to give you the short version just about the chair. But when I moved from New York to Florida, the rocking chair that I had ever since I was a little girl, we had to sell it. And it was a sad thing for me because I always loved rocking chairs. So when my mother and I moved to Florida, I wanted to get a new rocking chair. I didn't know how in the world I was going to have a replacement for that older rocking chair, since it had a history to it and meant something there. But one morning I woke up, and I happened to have actually a soulmate spirit guide who also happens to be a twin flame aspect as well. So it's we'll say a very intense soulmate, but I have a soulmate guide on the other side. And he came to me, and he was showing himself rocking in a rocking chair that morning. And it's like, oh, okay. And so I really got a very clear sense that he wanted me to find a new rocking chair. That was the message, first thing in the morning. So I told my mother about this, and we went to a local place who sold furniture and like things like that you could get cheaper, and very nice people, small place. And we already gotten previously like our tables and different odds and ends from this store. And so I told the woman, I said, I'm looking for a rocking chair, because I didn't tell her that my spirit guide came and told me that there was definitely a rocking chair at this place. I said, well, I really want to purchase a rocking chair. And she said to me, well, we don't have any rocking chairs. So I said to her, I said, are you sure? She goes, yeah. There's no, I'm sorry. She goes, we don't have any. So we went to the back of this place, and looking around at different things, and then all of a sudden I see right away this rocking chair. I'm like, there's a rocking chair. The woman's like, oh my gosh, because I didn't even know we had that. Now, I had no idea what was going to end up becoming of this rocking chair, because I have not even figured out my life purpose and my mission yet at all. So I was already going through a very deep, dark night of the soul at that point. So, it was just, let's just say, you guys know, it was a very, very difficult time. Okay, that's an understatement when we're going through the dark night of soul. But there was the rocking chair, had to buy it. My spirit guide already knew that had to get this chair, and so this is it. This is the spirit chair, and it just so happens that like a few years later, that I would end up starting this channel. Had no idea I was ever going to start a YouTube channel. It's nothing I ever has crossed my mind, and didn't know what I was going to be doing today. So this chair is very special, very, very special, because honestly, I feel like it was meant to happen. And my guide just knew what was meant to happen with me, what I was meant to become, and what this chair was going to end up being used for. So, it's just really funny how things happen. It's definitely a very synchronistic event. You never know with this chair. Perhaps one day I'll end up being in a museum or something. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. But so this is the spirit chair. Actually, I even wrote a poem about the spirit chair too. So maybe one of these days I'll share it. But anyway, that's the short version of this story of the spirit chair. So I hope you guys found that kind of interesting, and it's always remarkable how things just happen in place. So just wanted to share that. So now with the messages. Now I don't know if maybe you fast forwarded through that part. You're like, come on, get on with the messages already. But I promised I would share that. So so the messages for May. Now, I really particularly, I love May. For those of you who don't know, who are new, I do follow the nature path, the Wiccan path, we'll say the Celtic path. So I do celebrate Beltane on May 1st. For any of you, I know people live in different hemispheres, but for the northern hemisphere, it would be Beltane. For the southern hemisphere, it would be the opposite, which would be Samhain, the dark time of the year. So this would be considered the light time of the year. Everything comes alive. It's a passionate time. It's a creative time. It's a very fertile time. Fertility is a major theme for Beltane. Also the fairy coming out, nature spirits, our own nature, the beauty that's all coming alive all around us. It's a celebratory time of maypole dances and spiral dances, and I've been lucky enough to be in an amazing spiral dance here years ago. Unfortunately, they don't do that anymore, but I remember it, and it was just incredible to have everybody just holding hands and doing this huge spiral, just celebrating the season, celebrating the nature, and being alive and joyful. It's just incredible. So I love this time of year, and this year just has so much to offer as far as energy. And manifestation seems to be a really, really big theme. I'm going to be reading some of these messages here that I automatically typed from my spiritual team, and sharing that with you. But a lot of emphasis, I can tell you already, on manifesting and abundance, and how we relate to it, how we view it, and what have we created. We've planted the seeds, and now it's time to really experience in the physical those seeds sprouting, coming to life, having that physical evidence of what we created inwardly. And, they're going to get into that. And they're also going to bring up how they interconnect. If you are a twin flame, definitely you want to listen to this message too. They interconnect to the twin flame union process and the twin flame alignment with manifestation and abundance, and how we shut ourselves off maybe to creating, and how we fall out of alignment with everything. And they're going to help you to understand through this message how to better be within your alignment for the twin flame union process, because for many, it has begun. So those are pretty much, those are the, in general, some of the themes here. But I'm going to read it word for word. And as I always say, and if you're new, definitely let me know. So many people talk about synchronicities with the messages that, I put out there. Like they'll just, at a certain point, they'll come in and they'll see like 1122, or I watched it and there were 1,122 views. Anything and everything that's a synchronicity, let me know. Leave it down below in the comments. I usually get them too, so let's see what happens this time. But let me start reading these, and you let me know. Like I usually say, and so many people do say this, and it's true, that if you're not resonating with this, then it's not for you. If you are resonating with it, then it is for you. There may be some parts that really stick out to you. There may be parts that maybe you don't relate to. But this is a general message for the month of May. But I really do feel like these messages, they really have a deeper, more personal meaning for depending on who listens to it. So there might be more for you within the message. There might be certain parts that you may want to listen to again. So you might just want to just like hit the like button on this and favorite it so that way you can go back to it another time. I usually recommend that because sometimes just hearing a message once doesn't really sink in. Sometimes you just really need to let that message absorb and integrate it, and then it will make more sense later on. Sometimes you really need to work with a message. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So they started out with, there are many messages that will be revealed for the month of May. So many have been eager to understand where their paths are leading in the physical reality, and have been working inwardly to release heart patterns and self-worth blocks that have been impeding their ability to stand within their divine alignment and to create from a high vibrational place. We are here to assist all with understanding how the physical reality is to follow and to echo what is energetically being experienced and felt. For the laws of attraction and laws of correspondence are working for you all, if you would all tap into these fully. May is the time where all is coming alive and showing throughout the ground in many places around the world. It is a shift from the barren land into the land of lush and beautiful abundance. The miracles that have finally come to fruition can finally be evident. There is a message that shall also be echoed within your own personal desires and shall show you how your planted seeds indeed come to be grown into the physical reality. Ask yourselves, how have you been relating to your goals and to your desires? Have you watered your seeds? Have you tended to them? Have you understood the time and effort, as well as believing in their evolution from seed to sprout? You shall now see how you all have been capable of creating all that you desire. For some, you may realize how some changes and improvements to your manifesting process can yield greater and more accelerated results. We give you these gifts, dear ones. We honor your free will, and we also allow you to learn in ways that evolve your soul best. For we cannot interfere with these lessons. The light of love and growth of abundance many of you have been working towards. However, you have not seen physical evidence, and now this will make itself known. As above, so below, so within, so without. So if any of you are wondering about the laws of correspondence, it's the so within, how you feel within, and that's what you'll experience in your outer reality. So much already here as to how you relate to your goals, your desires, your dreams. When you first plant them, when you first have thought forms of them, when you first put your emotions towards them, are you sticking with it? Are you, as they say, watering them, tending to them? How are you relating to it? You're trusting in it. Are you putting your energy into those desires? The energies of manifestation are upon you all. The month of May will find many of you taking action steps in the physical that are changing your reality. You will find that newer people shall enter and shall be a resonance and will help you along with your manifestation goals. The eights are abound, the eights of abundance. So let me know, anyone out there, I know I have been seeing this. Have you been seeing triple eights? Have you been seeing eights out there as far as license plates and seeing eights on the clock? Are you seeing eights out there of abundance? It's also a sign of twin flame union as well. So let me know. Leave a comment below. Have you not been seeing this number? It is time. It is time to see and experience movement within the physical reality after much time of inward reflection and shifting of bounds of energy. Yes, so many people have been telling me, so many clients, about all the different work that they've been doing on themselves, how they've been addressing so many things having to do with insecurities and self-worth, and just how they feel about life, how they perceive life, how they perceive their connection with their beloved. But even much more importantly, and this is connected, how do you perceive yourself? How has that changed in a positive way? And if it has not changed completely yet, perhaps there's some more work to do there. But so many of you have really dug in, and that's just so amazingly excellent to just hear. Because it's hard work, and I know this, being a divine twin flame on this type of path, that you have to really just, oh my gosh, go into yourself and really empty yourself way out, and everything that's limiting you from stepping into your full self-love and empowerment. Those are the things that are coming up and out for you to work through. And some heavy duty stuff for many of us. Many of us. So many things are passed down from generation to generation. Ancestral line healing coming up so much projected upon us. Not to say, oh my gosh, I'm a victim, but it's just, that's been life. That's been life, passing things down. So just as like we pass down really amazing stories from our ancestors and so many wonderful traditions and things like that, so there a lot of negative patterns are also unfortunately passed down too. Because when our parents learn from their parents, and they learn from their parents, and our ancestors have gone through some really rough times, really scary times, war-filled poverty times. So much loss. They've seen so much. So I'm really proud of so many of my clients. And if you're not a client, I'm sure you who are listening to this right now, you've gone through so much. And so, yes, you have shifted bounds of energy. And maybe you have felt to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and winded doing all this inner work. Oh my God, when am I going to start seeing the results of all of this in my physical world? Don't give up. And, with May and with everything coming alive and the energies of the earth, everything, it's pushing everything now so that it's blooming. And you will be seeing the evidence of all of your work. If you're not seeing it already, maybe you're seeing a little bit of those results already, changes in your own physical space, changes in your own personal life already. Changes within your home, changes within your habits, changes within your outlook, all of those. And that makes a huge difference with attracting different things, different opportunities, different people into your life. So way to go. And please don't give up. Don't give up. We are powerful creators. Now it's really time to step into that. They go on to saying, you have all been very brave. And we understand that many of you have struggled, we just said, and have come across doubts and impatience connected to your paths. And that's in all respects. Let the miracles now happen. So now's the time, to step out of your own way, so to speak, and to not resist, not to stay in resistance. Let those miracles happen. You'll be amazed how all comes together. You shall all realize that the timing was perfect and the wait was well worth it. It has been a concern for many of you that you would not have the financial freedom, prosperity, or resources to achieve your mission. And they go on to saying, such as moves to specific locations for light work and anchoring, and prosperity connected to a beloved twin flame who lives in another area across the world, or to finish up karmic contracts with legal departing, or we'll say divorce, or legality, legal contracts. Yes, this is true. So some are really just stepping into major change in their physical reality right now, and a lot of that can absolutely be getting finances together, having the ability to manifest prosperity, manifest whatever it is you require to be able to finish up parts of your life. And we're gonna talk more about that as far as prosperity and manifesting abundance and how we relate to that and the importance of that, or possible fears that are surrounding money and all of that. And I think that's really important to bring up, because I think there's something key here that many twin flames in particular may not be putting this together. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, people's lives are changing, and there are some fears that are, well, will I have enough finances to get through this part, so I can, move forward on my path. Those who have believed and released all fear-based patterns connected to prosperity requested will be rewarded now. Do not fear if your own personal situation still does not yield the fruit of your labors quite yet. Remember, there's so much that has to do with timing also. The universe is working in tandem with you, and we are there to support all that you require to complete your mission work and reunion with twin flame beloveds before ascending. If there are lacking circumstances that you are experiencing, it is in the highest good to visit your views on lack. And this is really what's really important here. And if I can add in some things, I will. I'll just kind of feel that out. But they're talking about revisiting your views on lack and ask yourself how you see yourself as a creator and to understand the balance of giving and receiving. The balance is key, as well as your views on prosperity, love, and all areas that you may perceive as having lack. May will support you with these necessary thought pattern changes and thus will assist you with finding yourself at peace and joy with the creating process, trusting that you are supported fully at all times. What's really interesting here as far as those who, we'll just take, for example, those who may feel like they're financially struggling, they're finding it difficult to manifest prosperity. Why is that? And a lot of times there is a dissociation. Spiritual people sometimes have a dissociation with money. They have a bad connection with money because, they've said back in the day that, money is the root of all evil. And, what type of a person focuses on money, and money is ego, and all these types of things. And sometimes spiritual people, those who are on that spiritual path, they have to form a much better relationship with money and understand that it is a tool. And it's not something that will define you. Now, when someone lets money define them, that's a different story. That's going all the way down into ego and not realizing that they're a spiritual being having a human experience and that they're interconnected with everything and all of that. But for spiritual people, sometimes, there's subconscious programming in there as well that money is a bad thing. And to have a lot of money or to even think of being wealthy is something that is bad and goes against spiritual principles and the spiritual outlook and spiritual beliefs and all of that. And if you do find like you have beliefs like that, that's something that's really important to address and to release those beliefs. That's going to help you so much to understand that money is just a tool. We do need money. We do need money to survive. Even though, we're on a spiritual path, but we have to live. We have to buy food. We have to be able to pay for so many things, pay for health care. What happens, if you're going through something as far as your health and you're trying to get your body in order, and that's part of the preparation process for reunion with your twin. But you need money for that, right? Perhaps you have your twin flame, this is very common, lives in another state or lives in another country. You're trying to find out how you're going to visit them, how you are going to end up making this move. And you need, money is required there. So I think it's a really good time in May to go back to how you view money, what your relationship with money is. Do you get angry and upset, or your stomach get all tight when you think about money? When you think about finances, when you think about savings accounts and getting your finances in order and all those things, it's time to understand, everyone, that money is spiritual. And I know, for some people that might hit a note, maybe a little angry. And if so, then you're someone that really does need to be hearing this message. Because somewhere along the line there are thoughts about money there. Perhaps they were passed down from your parents. Perhaps just by, what they put out there as far as society. The norm of society. and how people have emphasized money and how that connects with power, and how a lot of that power is a negative power. And perhaps that's what you're still holding on to. Money is a very spiritual tool. It is. And we have to realize that as soon as we are able to start manifesting and bringing in more prosperity, we're opening the doors, we are able to receive that. This is all connected with our twin flame reunion as well. And not only receive, but we have to also understand that giving is also a part of receiving and balancing that. Everything's about balance, right? So the more you give of yourself, the more that you are creating services, you're doing things that you love. And that's where the laws of correspondence come from, because when you are emotionally excited and connected to what it is that you're giving to the world, that's when you are opening the doors wide open to abundance flowing into your life. Anywhere where there is, and they'll talk about this later on, where there is love brought to the situation. If you love what you're doing, if you're passionate about what you're doing, and you're not doing it for just the money, the emphasis is not on, I gotta get money. But you're understanding also that you are never within lack when you're doing what you love, when you're giving of yourself. And not only that you're giving, but you're also balanced with receiving back. Working with the universe, working with the laws of attraction, and working with the laws of correspondence. And yes, this all is intertwined with twin flame reunion. It really, really is. It's about attracting. It's about attracting the best. And when you're in your alignment, what does alignment mean? It is self-love, but it's also self-empowerment. Self-empowerment also comes with being a very powerful creator and being able to use your creative abilities without having any fears blocking any of your creative abilities in all areas. And that includes prosperity. So just keep that in mind. This might be a very important message for somebody. So they say May will support you with the necessary changes, the thought pattern changes, and thus will assist you with finding yourself at peace and joy with the creating process. And that's really important. Finding yourself at peace and joy with creating. Trusting that you are supported fully at all times. Again, we're not standing in lack. We are standing in trust that we're constantly in the flow of abundance. We're in the flow of giving and receiving. It's unlimited. There's enough for everyone. Believing in that. So that way you're sending the energy out to the universe, and the universe is working with you, because the universe is always willing to work with you. We are here and we are available to all who call upon us to help you to break through any patterns of lack, and this includes understanding your own worth in all ways. Okay? Now, for some of you, this can also be related to just knowing your worth. They said know that you are valuable and we can help. So it's knowing your worth as a person. Okay? Know what you're worth in the world. And it's also understanding placing value on what you're giving out too. And I feel like some people too, with their missions, sometimes they're afraid. Again, it's a negative relationship with money and charging for services and things like that. And we have to understand our worth. We have to understand our time. We have to understand our value and value ourselves, because the more we value what we give, and we're giving it not from ego though. We're giving it because we want to give it. We're giving it with passion. We're giving it with, this is who we are. We want to help. And coming from that authentic place. And when you do that, the universe recognizes that. And, other people recognize that too. And so how much are you worth? From so many of you, you're starting your own spiritual businesses. And you may be struggling with, oh my gosh, maybe, how much am I worth? Well, maybe it's time to really think about that and reflect upon that. And maybe for some of you, maybe you are undervaluing what you have to give. So think about that, because it's really important to understand our power to create, our power to attract, our power to be very comfortable. Our natural state is to be happy, is to live with joy, create with joy, live with ease, and be wealthy. It's a natural state. It's a natural state. But because of a lot of illusions and a lot of fears that we pick up along the way, we fall out of that alignment. And please know that alignment is absolutely connected with being in alignment for attracting your twin flame reunion. It is. Because when everything flows, so does that. So does the love. When you are in your natural state, and life is, life is never going to be perfect or anything like that, but when you are living and you're loving life, and you're in joy, and you're in peace and all of that, and you know how to work, with creativity and laws of attraction, and you're trusting, and you're in the flow of all of that, and balance with giving and receiving, that absolutely helps you to be within your alignment. And that alignment is key to twin flame reunion. It is. So it's never about trying to attain a relationship. It's about being in alignment, period. So I hope that's something that maybe deeply hits home with some of you. So please understand that, and they are helping, and they're saying powerful creative ideas are here to inspire you, carry you, and lead you into powerful manifested action. So they're saying to release all that you have taken on that has caused you to undervalue yourself, and that's what we were talking about. So it is also true that many of you are coming into the union process of beloved twin flame. So this is how they're putting it together. So I just gave you a little sneak peek. And perhaps you are not trusting that the union process is already manifesting in ways in which are unclear to you. You have begun the union process when you have shifted into your alignment of power, self-love, joy of life. When you are at peace with all that you are and all that was and ever will be, when you can take in the present and know that it is a gift and that there is nothing that you would need now to create your happiness, joy, peace, in all areas of abundance, which also includes the prosperity too. Health, prosperity, all of those things. When you can just be and bring love to all areas of your life, then you are in it. So that is a very, 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 very important line there that they give us. When you are not waiting on your beloved to sweep you off your feet or fill a void or area within and without, you are ready. Shifting into this place will feel easier than you have ever had. Life will be easy. The day will be peaceful. You will know you are taken care of in all ways, and you have tapped into your manifesting abilities and are open to receive just as much as you're willing to give. When these areas are working for you, you are in the union process. Okay, there it is. And so the month of May will be the stepping stone for this alignment, so that these changes will reflect in your physical world, which also includes your mirror partner. You see, beloveds, it is the alignment of all dominoes that brings forth the highest and most spiritual of mirrored partners. Are you aligned with your soul, your purpose, the laws of attraction? Are you in alignment with the universal principles? Are you now living with ease, grateful for being alive in this moment, for the love you can experience right now from the divine and from your beloved? Are you in alignment with love? With love, all is at ease. So we say in the month of May that these new beginnings of alignment will be coming up strongly for you. That in which you already aligned with will be evident in your world. Your beloveds will also be receiving the same guidance from us, just in case you were wondering that. And here I put in parentheses right here, tingles on my head. I did. So there you go. There's the first synchronicity. I did get tingles on my head right here about your beloveds will be receiving the same guidance. Okay, new beginnings of alignment coming up strongly. They will begin to see how they have fallen out of alignment with their true soul. Okay, this is the part. Their true soul purpose and the joys of everyday living. They're going to see it. They're going to feel it. They're going to know how they've fallen out of alignment. The divine is helping them. Their spiritual team is helping them to realize these things, so that way they can make the necessary changes. And I know this is true, and I know this is an authentic channeling. Like I said, I got tingles right on my head right at that part too, because they definitely wanted to they wanted to draw attention to that. They will begin to understand what has kept them from this alignment and what will be helpful as a course of action to make those changes so they can be fulfilled. We understand that you wish to help your beloved and wish to see them happy and fulfilled. Allow them to find these answers within and now make the changes in the physical reality. It is best to support them with your loving, energetic ties that can never be broken. Send your love. Send yourself as an inspiration of victory. They will sense this, and they will find the courage to become more than their little minds have ever believed their entire life. Possibilities and insights are abound. We hope that this message has driven home the fact that we are all love, and that love is the very answer to all that has caused you fear or lack. When love follows, all flows. With love, you can never be without in any area of your life. When this love flows, you are in alignment, and it won't be long before your beloved begins to understand what you have been reflecting back. It is a homecoming time in so many ways. Heed our message and be blessed with light. Angels, angels, angels. Lots of key things here. I didn't realize that we're already about 40 minutes into this, but thank you so much for anyone who has been hanging in. If you didn't hang in, you can go back to this later. But a lot of really important things here about alignment and what that means, and how if all areas are flowing within our lives, then we know that it's time for that twin flame reunion if you are a twin flame. And if you're not a twin flame, it's time to realize how you can step into being a more powerful creator and use those tools and understand that money isn't the root of all evil, and we can change that illusionary perception and understand that our relationship with prosperity, our relationship with manifesting, we want to see that in a positive light. And it's important to realize that money is spiritual. It's important to realize that if there are any areas of lack, that we can bring love to those areas. Those are the areas that require our attention. Those are the areas that require our love. So that way we can step into our alignment, our empowerment, and understand what the word empowerment means. There's so many different areas of empowerment. It's not just, I feel strong and mighty today. But it's about also standing in your empowerment, that you know that you have the tools and you're not afraid to use them. Okay, working with the universe. So this is all connected, all together. There is no separation between the spiritual and also, earth-related material things and all of that. We don't have two different worlds. The key is here, if you do have your worlds, compartment here, compartment there, as far as spiritual life and matrix life, it is time to really explore this message and to be able to bring everything together and integrate it all. And that's going to be your key for success. It really is. It takes practice and all of that, but that's the way forward. So I hope that this message really helped you. I hope so. It's just been incredible, like I said, to be able to deliver these messages. And thank you so much to everyone who have had readings with me, who have had clearings. And again, that website is theparanormalpriestess.com. And I'd be just so glad to be able to help you along, to help you understand, how you can make some changes in your life, what clarity is needed there. And I think the clarity and also having the tools, that's what's going to do it. That's what's going to create the change. So it's not even just receiving the information and the clarity. It's what do I do with that information? How can I use it? So I'm very direct like that, very direct of a reader, and I'd love to help you out. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed the little story about the spirit chair. So let me know. All right, guys. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy Beltane for those of you who love Beltane and celebrate May Day. Or just, happy spring to those of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere. Finally, it's a little cold in New York for the last couple of days, but hopefully it should warm up. But I'm wishing you guys the best. From the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings, everyone, and I will see you all next week. Take care. I love you. Bye.